Ah, you're back. Just finished watching a car boot sale video. We're going to see how much of that stuff we can sell in a week. Let's see what my £82.50 can get me in 7 days. So welcome back to the channel, Tatsters. My name's Robjohns. This is Retro Reselling. That'll do. And my full-time job is buying and selling mostly second-hand stuff. I buy it cheap from places like boot sales, charity shops, auctions, and sell it online for a profit. That is my full-time business. I also document what I do on YouTube on this channel. So if you are interested in trying to make some side hustle income, start an online business, subscribe down below, hit the bell for future notifications. I go live every now and then, do live shows, or it will let you know when I upload new videos in the future. So from the last boot sale video, my midweek boot sale, I spent a grand total, if I got my maths right, £82.50, including the 50p getting in. And we've got a nice IKEA bag full, plus this carrier and this lamp. I usually spend probably double that on this midweek boot sale, but I'm on a tighter budget, things are tight, and obviously I've got minimal space. Full of clothing, probably 300-400 items of clothing just there. I have managed to make some space here, but then you turn to this side and it is chock-a-block. We've got everything, games, electrics, board games, cameras, everything. Unlisted, untested, untouched. So obviously I can't just buy and pile it. I've got to get stuff moving. So I've been on a tighter budget, been more selective, but that's still worked out very well. Obviously you saw what I did pick up. This video is going to show how I process it all. So I'm going to literally get one by one, going to clean it, test it, picture it, then we're going to go inside and we're going to list it all. And then we'll come back to next Wednesday or Thursday. It's Wednesday now. By the time I list it all, it'll probably be Thursday. So we'll say Thursday to Thursday. If I manage to list it all, let's see what £82.50 can get in that week. It'll be good for you to see the whole process from start to finish, hopefully, if they sell and stay sold. So this is my photo area. Currently, this is how I picture my clothing. I don't leave it like that. I literally use that just for a blank background. And then I use an app called Photo Room, I think it's called. There you go, there'll be a picture of it here. And it deletes the background, so it's a nice, crisp, clean picture of the background with just the item of clothing and no distractions. I did buy some clothing actually, so we're gonna sift that out first. Got the clothing out ready, got my photo area ready. Quickly whiz you through some of the bits and bobs that I use. Lighting, these are newer model NL660s. Got two of them. One that side, one this side. I used to use big photography like umbrella lights. They were huge, bulky, awkward, good light, but for the size and everything, pain in the bum, got rid of them straight away. I've been using these for probably 4 or 5 years now. This is how thin they are, literally a panel of strong light, and it's also adjustable. There's the cool light, white, yellow light, warm, and then you can mix them up as well to make more of a natural light. Play about with them, get the best results you can. In the video description down below, there will be links to these, so if you want to try them out yourself, then go ahead. 3 items of clothing from the boot sale, and I've just remembered it would help if I had a camera. So let's go get the camera I use currently. I used to use just my iPad for all my pictures, but I've recently transferred to using a proper camera. Borrowed it from the wife, it's not actually mine. Use this one here. This is the Olympus pen, what model? EPL8. And just the basic lens it came with. Take it off, whack it on. There we go. Good to go. The reason I stopped using my iPad solely was because now I'm taking pictures more inside. There's no natural light really. Well, I could take natural pictures now, but it's drizzle and raining. The iPad's camera was struggling a lot. When it came to unnatural light, it would give off a yellow hue, and there was a lot of editing needing to make it look like crisp. But a proper camera has decreased my editing time so much. And I can adjust it as I go, so I can adjust the exposure and things like that. Plus, it gives a better quality picture. So, yeah, that's what I'm currently using in a minute. Drizzle. Right, so I've got my photography set up, lights, camera, action. Let's rock and roll. So, I've got an extra light here as well, actually. Just for additional lighting. For clothes, I do use a hanger at the moment, nothing special, just literally white metal hanger. I do want a personalised wooden one eventually, but that'll do for now, because it's going to be cut out anyway. First of all, we've got this Merck London, made in England, Harrington bomber type jacket. Really nice burgundy colour. These 3 items cost me £22. This was £15 originally, but taking the £3 away, because he was charging 25 for the 3. So I save £3. So this owes me 12, we'll say. And the other 2 owe me 5. To simply put it on the hanger, hang it on my background here. Obviously double check for holes or anything I might have missed. Usually under the arms there can be holes where people have ripped it. But this one is looking fresh. Ooh, hello. This one's looking fresh and clean. And it just make it so it hangs nicely. I usually fold the arms in. Make sure you can still see the pockets. Voila, that's all it is. And simply get my camera out and fire away. Then take a picture of the inner tag as well, because that'll have all your details, model numbers, what the thing's made of, sometimes even a year, a month it was made, which is very handy. And to finish off, clothing requires measurements. Can you see me? There you go. The most returned for reason with clothing is measurements. Too big, too small, everything like that. Even though there's a size, this is a size medium, I've tried it on, it's a bit of a smaller medium. So I've got this reseller ruler. Again, I'll put the links down below. Don't get any commission or anything like that, just simply what I use. I had to order this in from America. I think there's an American reseller that sells these, but it's just a wooden ruler twice. So you can measure pit to pit and the length all at the same time. One picture, get all the measurements, and it just saves a lot of time, a lot of hassle, and reduces the returns. Obviously to do that, you've got to lay it down flat, enough space so you can see the whole picture. I've cleaned the floor, don't worry. And space isn't a luxury for us at the minute, so I have to work with what I've got. Yeah, just open it out. I always forget which way it goes. And then there is an adjuster, so you can tighten it up and down until you get it right. So you've got that one for the pit to pit, which is 21 inches, and then this one for the length, which is 26.5 inches. So I don't know if you can see that. I'll now take my picture like this. Socks and sliders, yes please. I'll take this picture here, take a closer picture of the actual pit to pit and of the length, just so when I come to list it, I can then reference back to the pictures and I can see exactly what it is. But in the listing, I'll just put the one so you can see both if you zoom in, and it should save a return for not doesn't fit. And that is the first one pictured. I now need to pack it away. And I use my clear bags here. I think this is probably the most asked question I get. These are my clear bags I use. They are compostable. I've managed to find compostable ones. These are from polybags.co.uk. I bought, I think it was 500 or 1,000. Cost, I think it was like 50, 60 pounds with VAT, something like that. So obviously you have to pay up a bit, but I've got 500 of them or 1,000. I can't remember exactly if it was 5 or 1,000, but I've got plenty that should last me maybe a year or so. So 1 year, 50 quid, got plenty. So this is for shoes, for clothing, coats. It's a nice big size. You can get smaller sizes if you're just doing t-shirts or something. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just fold it up nicely so your item doesn't get creased or anything like that. Bosh bosh. Whack it in the bag. Just make sure in the bag I can see the logo so it's easier to see. And then peel and stick down. First item, pictured, measured, bagged safely. I'll then put it away in my coats and jackets section, which is this one. And then it'll sit there until it sells. So it'll be the same thing again. We'll have a little time lapse, but I've got this here. I'll show you exactly what they are. This is Stuzzy. These are both Stuzzy. Nice skateboarding brand, size small, but looks a bit of a bigger small. But we've got our reseller ruler so we can see exactly what it is in measurements. Luckily it's not my size because I'd want to keep that. I think in my video in the boot sale I said like 40 quid. I think I was over-egging that a little bit. Done a bit of research, should be more 30 to 35. And then these again, Stuzzy, size small again. These are jogging bottoms. Never knew they'd done jogging bottoms, which is quite cool. Done a bit of research and it is quite rare that they do jogging bottoms. We've come across our first slight problem that we need to fix. Comes with the Stuzzy jogging bottoms. Went to picture the inseam and in the crotch, woo, Willy! We've got a small popped seam. It's not a rip, it's literally just the stitching has come away. But don't worry, have no fear. I have my emergency little sewing kit. I think this was from like Home Bargains for like £1.99 or something. So I'm literally getting a needle, bit of black thread, turn it inside out. I'm in no way near a pro or even an amateur. This is me winging it. I've done it a couple of times. It tends to work. So obviously, yeah, pop seam. I'm gonna turn it inside out where it is. Here it is. I'm literally just gonna stitch just across there, and then that should hold it together and it'll be fixed. There we go, no tears, luckily. Literally a pop seam, which can happen, like under the armpits, like I said, in the crutch and that. Yeah, I'll sort that out right now. So if all has gone well, we should no longer have a hole. Let's check. There we go. Look at that. No willy popping out here. And if I can do that, then you certainly can do that. It's a bit of thread, £1.99 from Home Bargains. In, out, in, out, in, out. Inside out. Shake it all about. All done. Now that is good to list. 3 items of clothing done. We're now going to swap over, because I only use this for clothing at the moment. I'm now going to swap over to the infamous retro 80s stripe. Got this from eBay, so it's not just ready to buy and copy. Yeah, I've used this for a couple of years now. Used to have like the wood and grass background, but everyone and their dog seems to be doing that in a minute. And I wanted my store to sort of stand out a bit. Might be a bit distracting sometimes, but hasn't had a problem with me getting sales with this as a background. Makes the store stand out as well. Like when my item comes up, you know this is my store, and easy to clean and everything like that. So let's have a quick switcheroo. Nearly spilt my tea absolutely everywhere. That was close. Right, switch in 3, 2, 1. Look at that for a bit of editing magic. There we go, all set up, lighting set up. And now I'm going to pick up the stuff that doesn't need probably anything doing to it, which is the dream. I think we've got a couple of them. First one, picked up this for £2. Got this made in England E&M model 4533 stamp. Like, it's not a rubber stamp actually, they're metal inside. Took a chance on this. They had some cool vintage stuff. You'll see the other stuff I got from them in a minute. But yeah, it was £2, it was cheap, it's vintage, made in England, so I have no idea what it's worth. I still haven't looked it up really, but obviously it's ready to list. It does what it does, stamps down fine, it changes the dates or whatever it is inside fine. So I can literally just plonk that down and picture away. Turn it sideways and stick it straight up. Other side, zoom in. There we go. So next up, £2 each. This pair was £4 from the same store as that rubber stamp. Really nice original vintage, like wall mounted lights. That is so nice. Got glass shades here and like a brass effect, that handle. The wiring looks good, like it doesn't need rewiring or anything, just ready to plug in and go. So the only thing with these, even though they're easy to picture and list, I will have to say untested. So if for whatever reason they don't work, then they can obviously rewire them, or if they're not sure how to do that, then they will get returned. But I will stay untested, but there shouldn't be a problem at all. Looks like they've just come straight out of the wall and jobs are good. Look at the detail. There might be the odd 1 or 2 of these missing. Oh, there you go. There's a couple missing there, but overall, that's pretty good to me. The best way to picture these, I just realised, will be quite difficult, because obviously laying flat, that doesn't really show them off very well. I want to be dangling them like this, but there's 2 of them. That'd be interesting. Might have to hold them or something. I'm sure I'll work it out. And then last of all, in that little pickup, another £2 for this really nice clock. Sort of brass effect and teak wood sides, sort of rectangular clock. I think that's metallic. The hour hand is in the way, but I'm pretty sure that's metallic, made in England. It's a really nice thing, and only £2. Absolutely amazing. Needs a little wipe down, and we've got to test it obviously, but it just takes I think that's a D size battery. I've got all the batteries going. Just got to find it up here. Here we go. Here's my battery organizer. I think it's one of these ones. Make sure the battery I'm using actually has some power, which would be good. Good battery, so the battery definitely works. So hopefully we just whack this in and it works. Okay, so far I can't see anything moving. Okay, the best way I do it, I set the time to bang on 12 o'clock, like midnight. Then obviously you can see if stuff starts to move. It seems a bit stiff. 12 on the dot, like so. In fact, I might clean up them contacts a little bit. Obviously if rust gets on the contacts, then rust isn't like and conductor of electricity. So I've got these little like metal files. I'll just simply file down the contact a bit. So it's got like a fresh bit of metal for the battery to contact. And then hopefully it was just a little bit of rust. I done it! I fixed it! Well, it wasn't actually broken. Just seen this dial here, and I could just faintly see it says start, stop, and it was stuck halfway. There you go, that's stop, and then clicked it all the way to start, and tick-tock, we're working. So I don't know if it actually needed the file, but it doesn't hurt. Fresh bit of metal for the battery. There we go, the second hand works. And while that's working, just make sure the hour and the minute hands work. I'm going to leave that to one side and picture something else. Let's do this electronic here. Here we go. We've got this, similar to the Tomy Turbo. It's like a wheel, moves the car, got the gears. But this one, as you saw, you can lift the bonnet. There you go, there's the bonnet. And then also the lights. Really cool, the Tomy one doesn't do that. The Tomy one I had didn't work, and this key seems a bit loose, so I'm not holding my breath on this. But with electronics, I say buy like it is broken. So I bought this for £5, and if it's broke, I still sold the Tomy one for, I think it was about £20. If I can get 12 to 15, if it's broken, then it was worth the risk. If it's working, hopefully 40 to 50 quid on this. This is by Blue Box. I think this is Grand Prix Driver. I did look it up briefly. Again, fully working, 40, 50 quid. If it's not working, hopefully someone can fix it for 15 to 20. Got my tools again, and it's just battery powered. There we go. I think this is 4 big chunky ones, and luckily I've still got in the battery compartment section the ones I bought for the other one, Tomy. I think these were from Wilco's. I think these are C size, they're massive. I don't know, I can't even hold all 4 of them, they're so big. Let's plop them in here. What way do they go? I think that's the right side, I'm not too sure. Don't know how to turn it on. Try the batteries the other way. Now, I've tried them both ways. This switch here seems very loose, like there's no clicking or anything to turn it on, unless there's a different way to turn it on. No. Might have to be sold for parts again. Quite a lot of cogs and that can go wrong anyway. For a simple game, lots of parts that can go wrong. Doesn't seem to be working. People fix stuff all the time, so I'll still picture it. Should still get some profit out of it. So obviously I've bought like it's broken. The risk hasn't paid off, but I'm still gonna make money. So just a shame it's not the 40 to 50 quid if it was working. In other news, the clock seems to be working. Here you go. Started it at 12, it's now at 17 past. Still ticking away, it seems. So I reckon that's good to go. Just needs a little tidy up. And we'll picture that, and I'll be ready to list again.
A few minutes later.
Damn it. After thinking it was working, seems to be a very temperamental clock. Turned it off and on again, and every now and then it just stops ticking, even though it's on and the battery's fresh, obviously. Also, I realised, don't know if you'll be able to see this, but if I take the battery out, it's obviously no power, and I turn it off and then flick it, it actually starts ticking. So like the force of me turning it on, obviously flicks this, and it just ticks for a bit until it naturally stops. But then if I put a battery in, it does it, but then it does go on for a bit longer, but then stops. But it did do 15 minutes. So I might have to set it as faulty then. Okay, it's still going with the battery in. I know it's slowing down and it stopped. That's a thinker. It was working. So it's still trying to move. Does it need a higher volt battery maybe? Damn it. As soon as I said it's working, I thought I'd turn it off and on again just to see, and then since then it's been doing this. Good, ticking fine, got the battery in, battery's definitely got power. That's going on for longer now. So now, oh wait, oh there you go, now Seems to be working again, no problem. So it's working, but sometimes it doesn't work. And it's unpredictable when it will work. That's still going now. On the plus side, oh there you go, it stopped now. So what was that? That was about 30 seconds and now it's stopped. So it's definitely seeing power, but it's just not keeping power. It was only £2, which was the plus side. So I might just have to picture it, list it as it is, set it as parts not working, and then just state, does work, temperamental with a battery. So if someone knows what they're doing, it could be an easy fix. Could just need a more powerful battery maybe, I'm not sure, to keep that flow of power going. That's annoying, damn it. Next up, another electrical item. The first pickup of the day, this UMIG Mark 605D projector. I used to pick up projectors all the time, but I slightly went off them when I had about 7 or 8 and they needed testing into all the new belts for them because they degrade, new bulbs. But it's been a while since I picked one up plus, so I thought I'd try it again. Right. So as it helps, it comes with its box, got a little manual there as well, polystyrene. So it's obviously been well looked after. All right, now let's see, should be easy enough to test. It's just got a kettle lead, just there. Ooh. Just got a kettle lead, I've got plenty of spare ones so we can match that up. I'd say it's more likely not to work than work, like be in full working order. So it should be a lot easier to sort out than the clock, because once the clock had a fault, I don't know about clocks or how to fix them, but at least I know how to sort this out, and hopefully, ooh. Oh, it's looking good. Right, in a minute. So we'll go forwards first. There we go. It's looking good. It's moving, and then the next one should. Oh my God! I think we're fully working. You know. Look at that. We're cooking with gas now. Now we just need to stop that, go backwards. It's working. It's fully working. Yes! Look at that, nothing needs repairing, don't need a new bulb. Amazing. So now I can just literally maybe give it a little wipe over. Obviously, old thing, just needs a little wipe, baby wipe. And picture. Yes. Oh, yes. Shoes. Obviously got 2 pairs. This pair of really nice Grensons. Women's size 4. Hardly need touching up at all. Leather's in really good condition. Maybe on the toes, give them a bit of a darker boot polish there, just to really clean them up, but they need hardly any work. These are the ones that'll need a good bit of work. Obviously look a bit tired, a bit rough around the edges, but they are Lokes. They only cost £4. You can tell just by like the wooden heels and that, all the soles, really nice leather, nice brogue there. I think these are a size 8. Yeah, size 8, but obviously seen better days. So this is a good opportunity to show you, like when I'm looking at shoes, they might look a bit rough, a bit worse for wear. I'm trying to see past that and seeing what they could potentially look like once I've pictured them and that. So see, there you go, muddy, tired, nothing special at all. It'll be good to see the before and after on these, and then obviously within the week see if they sell. They should sell fast once they're all good and looking nice. But we'll start with these because they'll be the quickest. This is my little basket of goodness for shoes. So like shoe brushes, different colour polishes. For this one, I'm gonna grab this Loke Luxury Beeswax polish, tan and light brown. So obviously that'll be for that one. And this one. This is a slightly darker brown. Not fully brown like this, but it'll be fine. Got my rag, you always need a rag. Here you go, all the colours on here. Got cherry red, bit of navy there, mid brown. This has all the colours going on. So like I said, this hardly needs a touch up. Don't even really need to do this, but so I'll do it anyway, especially if they're a £100 shoe. Don't know if it picks it up, but there's just light marks, and this polish has just cancelled them out straight away. Hardly any effort. Don't know if you can see the difference, but on this one, what I haven't done yet, there is a few marks, and this one's been polished. It's nicely polished them out. It's the same again, bit on the rag, I don't know if you can see this little scuff here, but literally touch it up, has now disappeared. There we go, that has done a better job than I thought. I thought I'd just do it lightly, but that has absolutely completely covered that. That is amazing. Light dust down and they're ready to go. Nice. We'll move on to these ones, the ones that need a bit more love and attention. Right, first of all, we need to put a bit of life back into them with the shape. So while I'm working on them, I will put my shoe trees in. So this will just push them up nicely. I can already see a nice difference. When I've pictured and listed them, I will put a nice lot of my brown paper in, really stuff it in so it holds its shape, get them wrinkles out. But we'll just do this temporarily whilst I'm sorting them out a bit. So the first thing, a bit of a brush, just to get the light mud off and any dust or anything like that. And whilst we've got a bit of a damp baby wipe, might as well just go over them, just give them a quick clean over before we put the polish on. Cool. Right, again, whilst they're drying, just give them a quick baby wipe, just a little bit damp before I put the polish on. We'll quickly picture these and get them packed away. I'm really happy with how they turned out. Should be a 3-figure item there from 15, even if it's like 85, 75, I still also mark up from 15. Right, so back to the lokes, now they've dried from the baby wipe. Put a nice shoe tree in, give it a good brush and wipe over, and they're already looking a lot better. But still that leather looks a bit tired still, looks a bit thirsty. So we'll grab my beeswax polish. I actually got this for free from a boot sale, or it was included with some shoes. Got about halfway, but this is good stuff. Not just the leather, also with the wooden heels and that. Because it's beeswax, that'll treat the wood nicely. There's like scuffs here and that. Put a bit of that on, only lightly, and that'll again smooth it out and it'll look more of a complete shoe. So let's do this. Right, that's them all polished up. Last step, another clean cloth, and we're going to buff them up, get them a bit shiny, get rid of any residue, and they should be good to go. And that is them lokes all done. There's definitely a difference. I don't know if it comes across on the camera, but they're looking a lot better. I'll try and do before and after. So obviously here's after, nice and shiny. That leather is no longer looking as thirsty. Could do another layer, but I reckon that's going to be fine. The beeswax in that polish definitely helped with the wood. Obviously it's not perfect, but it's definitely eliminated quite a few scuffs. Yeah, happy with that. £4, bit of elbow grease for 10-15 minutes, and they're looking pretty sellable to me. Plenty of wear left at the bottom as well. Yeah, overall, well chuffed with that. They're pictured, and then like I said, I've got my brown packing paper, get a nice wedge in, so it's basically a free or very cheap shoe tree, and then stuff it right in. Helps keep the shape whilst they're obviously listed until they sell. And while they're like that for a while, should help eliminate any more creases, just helps keep the shape and just looks more presentable. There we go. Pull them. Sorted. Again, a couple of my clear compostable bags to protect them from storage and to keep them together. Size 8 should go in sideways. 1, 2. Go and stick. There we go. And that's them lokes. Last two items now. Another easy one. Got the baby carrier. Like I said, should be 50 to 60. I looked it up and it seems to be the right price. Big thing, but should sell quick. Obviously we're in spring now, creeping into summer soon. So people will be going away, staycations, walking, hiking. So this will go very quickly. Yeah, just simply picture it, tuck it away, list it, and it'll sell. Then last pickup should be nice and easy. We've got the two-headed lamp that I walked away from and nearly lost. Do you know what I've just done? I've just walked off without my bloody lamp. Oh dear. Luckily, we've got 2 bulbs already, so I don't have to source them. Just plug it in, switch it on. Hopefully the lights turn on and I don't need to change them. So this should be, again, minimal effort. That should be maximum profit. Right, so 2 lights, 2 switches, light 1. Good, light 2. Yeah, there we go, 2 working lights. Easy peasy, turn them off, turn them on. Hey. Now picture them, obviously too tall for my display, so stuff like this I'll literally take outside, make sure there's no shadows, just picture it against my fence. That's what I've got to work with for now, so that'll have to do for now. Hasn't stopped sales, I still sell stuff like that, so yeah, got to make do with what you got. Right, just whack it there I reckon. Oh, make sure I don't fall over. Then picture away. Then don't forget to measure it. I usually always forget this bit. And that is pretty much how I picture, test, clean most things. We went through most different categories, so let's move on inside and get listing this stuff.